they gave them the glad tiding, and when they did this and they were on their way to they told him that we are going to the people of Salmon and Gomorrah, where the Lut, the nephew of Ibrahim alayhi salam, was the prophet, and they found that only Muslim family left alive or who were faithful was the family of the Prophet himself. Now we can imagine the entire land of his prophecy. Nobody believed in him. They were living a lifestyle of LGBT, what we described today. And that is something very touchy matter in America today. You can talk about it. And again, there has to be a distinction between a transgender and what you call the homosexual, or they are different terminology they are using. They are legal terms. We are not much aware of that. Only thing what we can say is that they're using so many different terms to describe this lifestyle that as a physician, even I am lost with the words and the terminology. I would like to just to show that what different terms are used now in legal way, that as a Muslim we have a very hard time to struggle and deal with it. What I would like to read this, I mean, I cannot keep it. I'm just opening the page here to see what is it all could be. There are cisgender, there are transgender, there are binary, there are straight, there are sexual orientation, sexual expression, gender expression, intersex man, woman, gender conforming and non-conforming, gender norms, gender identity, heterosexual, heteroromantic, etc. So these are those terms which we cannot even comprehend. But Islam has a very straightforward answer. If a person has such tendency, they should abstain and do not be promiscuous. In certain culture, they've been hurt and violated. Transgender have rights, and also as every human has a right, whatever their orientation is. So transgender is a different thing than homosexuality, and these people used to practice homosexuality and many other forms of which we do not know the details. It has been written in the books. For our point, that the Prophet Lut taught them not to do it, and they would not abstain. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, except his family, among his family, his wife also had some sympathy towards those people of her people, a nation, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed them. And according to description, the angel Gabriel, when he arrived, he lifted them from the ground and raised them up, and then flipped them over and crushed them down, which is today is a location apparently is a Dead Sea where nothing can grow because it had such a salination. Again, geologically, we cannot explain how this happened, but according to what they say, that the land from the above and below the Galilee was closed, and that's where this lake was formed, which is Dead Sea, and the salination was high and water evaporated and become more and more saline in there, or salt content, and that's why it is no life form can exist there. But again, Allah knows best. So this is where the news was for Ibrahim alayhi salam, that his wife will bear a child, which will be Ishaq alayhi salam. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them to have the second prophet. Ishaq has Yaqub has Yusuf. So there were 4 prophets and 5 prophets actually: Ibrahim, Ishaq, Yaqub, and Yusuf. 4 were in the line, they happened. And so as their uncle Ishmael was also a prophet of Allah. Allah blessed this family with that, and these people were destroyed. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that وَتَرَكْنَا فِيهَا آيَةً لِلَّذِينَ يُخَافُونَ الْعَذَابَ الْأَلِيمَ, and we left them as a sign for deterrence for those who fear the painful punishment. So these people were given punishment in the worldly life, and in the hereafter they will be punished. So it's a very complex issue today's world. If you speak something, so my question is, everybody has right? But Muslims are not allowed to have any rights. And inshallah, Allah will make it better for the mankind, and whole world will come to the message of Islam, and we should give the message to the mankind. Islam is the way, and Islam is the salvation for the entire humanity. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide the mankind with